ひらりはらりと乱れまい今宵咲きます一輪の花聞いてくださいダダダダダダダダダ
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 4WC2026 match after match. Back to back, we are still live on the main channel with another banger. Finally, matchup, a fight between the two lions, Italy versus Saudi Arabia. It is going to be incredible to watch, incredible to see a decider for who will be coming out on top of the group F. But, well, as you might know, it might be a bit of a brawl, especially considering that both of the teams are doing so incredibly so far. Even with some of those forfeits, especially from Belgium, we are still seeing 2 sweeps so far for Saudi Arabia, while Italy is only was able to drop down 3 points against Kazakhstan. But, well, now it is time to be deciding actually who is better in a head-to-head matchup, right? And there is no better time to figure it out than now. As for who will be coming in this match today, of course it will be me, Tommy1, joined today by the lovely Timper. How are you doing, man?
Doing great. Yeah, this match is going to be quite interesting. Definitely looking at the performances from both teams throughout this group, they have definitely shown that both of these teams are definitely the teams that will go through to the next stage, with both winning their matches quite decisively. Italy, of course, winning one by forfeit because of Belgium, but nothing will take away from Italy's skill from that, because we'll have to see how they do against the number 1 seeded in this pool. But I think they'll do pretty well.
I mean, I am at the very least hoping so, especially considering that, well, even considering that Italy did have some kind of a trouble against Kazakhstan in their matchup, I do still think that they have a lot of potential, right, to show up against the Saudi Arabia as a big dog that is still just dominating this group. And, well, right now it is just going to be a question of who is just a little bit more prepared for a head-to-head matchup, right? As I mentioned before, as again, the weaknesses are not really clearly defined from both the sides, and right now it is just a time to actually figure out who is just a bit more consistent on the lower SR, who is just a bit more ready, prepared to control the nerves on the group stage as well. We are going to be seeing a matchup in just a few moments, as we are, I believe, getting very soon towards the rolls.
I think so. I think we finally got the match started. We had some delay in finding a ref for this match, so excuses for that, but I think we have a match now, so let's see what we got here. Thankfully, Nix is taking this lobby for us. And apparently the captain for Saudi is sleeping.
That would be quite funny, to be fair. I mean, of course, the match is not going to be a decider if they are going to be getting towards the actual round of 16 stage for both Saudi Arabia and Italy, but still it would be a bit of a decider on how much better their bracket will be, right? Because generally you don't really want to face off against seed 1 or seed 1 to seed 4 into the round of 16 anyway, right? But you might just have to, or something like that. But so right now it is just a question what they're going to be starting off with, and hopefully, I'm just hoping at this point, right, that captain of Team Saudi Arabia is just a little bit away from the computer. I believe the roles are finally coming in, as Nix did one for his team, and 89 points on board will be the something too much for Team Saudi Arabia.
Is it 80 or is it 63? It doesn't really matter, because the other team got 25, so it doesn't really matter. 63 or 83 would be both high enough to win, as Nix takes second pick for Italy.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty fun to see. Second pick makes sense, right? Simply because, again, you are not going to be very confident on what your opponent is feeling really confident on today, right? Because it is kind of the the situation, you know, in the group stage when you're really facing off against two of the best teams, right, in the group. You just have to kind of rely on what you're feeling like at the moment, right? What is your consistency, what you want to go for, what even you just want to play, you know? And so second pick makes a lot of sense right now for Knicks and for Italy, as the first ban is coming in, I believe, from Italy as well, and that will be HD2.
Yeah. Head into will be gone as we wait for Saudi Arabia's ban here. But if we look at the scores from both teams on the qualifiers pool as well, it's just close on basically everything but DT, actually. DT is definitely on the side of Italy, so I think we'll have a DT ban here, but anything can happen. Like, if Saudi Arabia is comfortable in these DTs and think they can perform well, they might not ban it, but looking at the qualifier scores, these DTs will probably be the focus for them. We'll have to wait when they ban.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree, especially considering that DT1, right? I do believe that if we, again, are going to be looking at the qualifiers performance, I do think that Quals DT1 is transforming nicely into the group stage, right? They are very, at least they feel very similar, right? And just a slight, I guess, difficulty decrease, right? Is still not going to be doing a lot of favors for any of the teams that did not perform very well on this type of skill set. So DT1 ban would be quite understandable from Saudi Arabia, but I'm a bit more interested into the second ban, right, from both the teams at the very least, because we are still going to be seeing some of those free mods in the play, and honestly, I'm really not sure if we are going to be seeing something like free mod 2 here.
Yeah. So we do have that DT2 ban coming in for Saudi, as they immediately go into the normal 2 as well. Both tapping, both gone. And let's see what Italy is now going to ban last.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the immediate reaction was kind of a gut shot, because it seems like captain for the team Saudi Arabia is just not really completely confident that it's the best ban that they want to go for, but I'm not sure if it is allowed for them to make a different ban after their choose, right? But well, anyway, I'm kind of going to be very interested in what might be the different idea if it was indeed a different map that they want to go for, right? Because, of course, number 2, as you might know, just Shin, a bit of a, of course, easier map set, I could say, right? But still going to be quite a nice 240 BPM just speed check, right? Considering that both the teams have been relatively okay on this type of speed, right? Thinking it might have been indeed some of those free mods that they want to go out for.
Yeah, this number 2, of course, used. Is it the same difficulty as used in COE? I doubt it. But is it the same difficulty? I don't think it is, right? It is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's the same one as in COE, I think. Which is crazy, by the way. A map like that is not easy. Okay, it's not. It's a lower diff. It's a different map. The COE one is 9.0.
I mean, yeah, it would be.
7.9.
It would be a little bit too much.
Song. It's the same song. And yeah, a song like that, definitely this normal 2. Is it 240 BPM is recently gotten a lot more popular, having higher BPM normal 2s, definitely in higher ranked tournaments, because most stream players at higher ranks will be able to play it. So it is what it is for the players that are less confident on that higher BPM, but this is what it is now with the caliber of players we have now, and we have to see what comes next in the future pools.
For sure. You kind of just have to adapt to the reality, right? That is becoming right now. The future is now, and people are just able to get through some of those insanely high BPMs as it is just, I don't know, a breakfast that they are having, right? Eating those maps right up, but I mean, it's still for the WC, right? It's still going to have to be at least somewhat balanced, I would say, right? So that is the reason why still are a little bit in a different dimension, even in the group stage, right? On 40 BPM number 2 is still a bit more of a speed check, right? This time around, there's not going to be a lot. There is not a lot of different, I guess, skill sets involved, right, in this type of map. But well, I guess there is no real need to talk about it further, especially considering that number 2 is indeed the ban from them, and I guess we are going to be seeing a second ban as well from Team Italy, and that will be number 4. Quite unfortunate considering that it is the first original of the 4WC 2026.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The map is quite an annoying map for them. I think I've seen them either they've scored really low on it or they've just banned it outright in the previous matches. And our first pick for Saudi is going to be the Hidden 3 here.
Huh. I mean, first of all, a banger map. A banger song, a banger map. I love Korean tech, right? Just incredible experience, right? Especially considering that it has come from China One as an original, and well, honestly, I kind of feel like if this is an original, a map for China One, it is kind of a stamp of quality, at least in my opinion, right? It is just a fun thing to get through, right? A fun sword to get through. So at the very least, players are going to be having a lot of fun while playing this map. But as for who will be getting an advantage here, I mean, sure, technically Saudi Arabia should be having a bit of upper hand, right? Considering that they are just a little bit more proficient on those tech patterns, on those aim control stuff, but it is still so not decided, simply because, as we have seen previously, a lot of people, a lot of teams in the tournaments are kind of tend to find some unfortunate breaks, right? Especially in the middle and the later half of this map, so it's still going to be quite interesting to watch because of that.
Yeah. I was just looking through the matches, and both teams have actually played this map before, where Saudi actually scored 2.8 million and Italy scored 2.46 million. So from the previous matches, Saudi definitely has the advantage here.
Well, I guess it is time to see if they're going to be able to match the performance, right? To get the flame going, get the wind moving towards the side, and well, get the first point on board for them. But for now, we are still waiting for confirmation. I believe we're ready from both the teams to actually finally get into the first map of this matchups, the Hidden 3, and here we go. Also Shalach, Chariot, 3BDO and Ice Never Open coming on for Team Saudi Arabia, facing off against Loreriv, Vido, Nix and Shirkals from Team Italy. Quite an lineup from both the sides.
This map is only 2 minutes 10 long, so it's not that long of a map compared to some other maps that are normally 3 minutes-ish. So this can be over quite quickly as we get into this map here. Both teams getting off pretty well, but Shirkals does find the first miss, but it is traded by Shred.
Yeah, and with another break coming in from 3BDO, it seems like, at least for now, both combo and accuracy advantage is going towards the Italy side, but it is but a first quarter. The map is of course a short one, only 2 minutes of drain time, but it is still going to be a lot of parts where you can find some of those unfortunate breaks, and right now it is just the time for Team Italy to build that wall, build that advantage for Team Saudi Arabia to try to get over it, but a big chain miss coming in from Baldo is going to be making the job easier quite a bit, especially as his accuracy did drop quite low towards the 92 percentile, and he's only getting now 80-90k score difference towards Team Italy.
Yeah, but Osashalais and 3BDO both are having some difficulties on this map for Saudi, and with that, Italy is still holding on to that lead, and it's actually expanding their lead here, because that is now a 2v3 basically. as Loriv does find a miss, but Italy still holding strong here.
What? I cannot say unexpectedly so, but a lot of misses really are coming in from Team Saudi Arabia right now. Oh my god, another miss, but it is still just going to be cemented the lead that Italy is still holding over the Saudi Arabia. A first breakpoint of this match might be in range, might be in motion, just showing up that the top dog can be still bring it down. The Italy is still proud enough to get a point on board, a fight for the top place in this group F, but for now it seems like that is going to be indeed a fate to go for, as they are still on expanding that lead towards the 500k and counting towards the side and getting easily the first breakpoint of this match.
What a score from Shirkals there. An S rank. I don't know if it was an FC, because it is pretty low in score. I think it was a slider break somewhere, but still S equals FC in my book. But yeah, this probably is just a low roll from Saudi. Their score from the previous match way better than this, even beating out the score Italy got now, but still. It doesn't matter what score you got in previous match. Right now, Italy has beaten Saudi Arabia by quite a margin on this map.
Well, honestly, it does feel a bit strange, simply because, well, they do not have some of the players in the lobby. For example, the captain might be still sleeping for Saudi Arabia, and that might be again a reason why they are a little bit underperforming on this map, especially as you have seen. Maybe the B rank from Saudi Arabia, I believe in the top left, might in just a bit of a unfortunate situation. Maybe that person did not really practice the map that much, and that is the reason why they are going to be giving away a first point towards the Italy. But oh my god, they are going from banger to banger. We love music indeed. 103 is on the board, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, but Saudi has not played this map yet. So for Saudi Arabia, it's going to be their first time playing it. Let me see if Italy has played this before. And they did play it in their match against Kazakhstan, and they got very close actually against Kazakhstan here. They won it by about 22,000, but they got 1.8 million. So I hope they have practiced this a little bit more, because Saudi Arabia might have a chance on this, but if Italy feels confident on this, we'll have to see how Saudi Arabia reacts.
Well, let's see if it is going to be the case indeed, but yeah, again, just such a banger that we're going to be seeing as the second map of this matchup. Maybe, as you might know, especially on the third week of the group stage, it is kind of a general aim control check, right? There is a lot of course, flow, there is a lot of snaps that they have to get through, but what is more important is you have to take note of the div spikes that we are going to be seeing right before the midpoint of this map. The teams that will be holding more combo through it will be getting a big kind of just a standaway, right? A runaway where they can actually get so much more combo, so much more score in the rest of the map, because it will be just a lot of build up until the very ending with another div spike. But yeah, definitely going to be a map to enjoy. We love music. Absolute banger. And well, I'm just looking at the teams that the people that we have seen in the lobby, and it seems like captain of the Saudi Arabia team has arrived. Combi Red is ready to show up for the 103.
Yeah, looking at the Italy team here, they have made 2 changes since the last time they played this, because they have swapped out Nyx and Bellafigo for... are they changing? Oh, Nyx is in. So they have only swapped out Bellafigo here for M4.
game 4. Okay, I mean, that's still going to be quite interesting to see. I believe they are still one of the players that are able to show up on this type of skill set, right? But it will take, of course, some of that preparation. Hopefully they were able to get that in them right before this match, as it is just a moment that they have to capture. They have to continue extend their lead against Saudi Arabia, and as they are starting to hit the Hot Dog 3, it is working out greatly for them. The accuracy advantage is going toward the Team Italy with already initial 5,000 score points lead.
Yeah, they take an early lead. 3v2 finding an early break there. The rest of them holding on as Colby Red finds the break, and now it's already a 2v4 here, early on in the map. This map is a little bit longer than the last one, but early misses like that give Italy early lead that will help them later on in this map.
At least for now it is working out pretty nicely, right? Again, they just have to continue doing what they're doing best for right now, for Italy especially. If Team Saudi Arabia is going to be finding those mistakes on the road, Shred and 3BDU are finding those misses and are just getting some of the score advantage, even going even faster towards the Team Italy, as they are only getting towards through the first third of this map, getting slowly into the second, getting, I believe, through the steep spike that I have mentioned before. A lot of people are going down. Shehad Vildo already together with 3BDU earlier at the missional, and again traded by Vildo, but for now we are still going to be seeing some people holding that combo. Nick that you mentioned still getting through, getting some of that performance on an inbound is already growing the lead for Italy at around 400k.
Yeah, we're halfway through this map now, and just on the side of Saudi Arabia, nobody is able to hold a combo for that long. They finally are loading up some combo here, but it's still Nyx who's holding on to that FC. And yeah, it's looking dominant for Italy right now.
Pretty damn nice situation for Italy to be in, as they are going to be pretty much most likely holding down and closing down that map with another point for them if they are going to be able to hold on. But with more and more misses coming in from Call Me Red, Equidimensional and 3BDU, it is looking more and more likely as the only combo on board for them is Shehard, and unfortunately it does not have such an incredible accuracy that will be able to match something that Nyx is performing. Actually, I guess we have to give for sure a shout out right before the second KI, the last KI of this map, 97% accuracy from him, and it's still counting little by little, getting towards that 1000 combo on this map, and is looking to maybe even close it down as an FC. I'm not so sure, but it is not going to be fated to be finally finding the break, but that is still more than enough performance, more than enough, just pure class showing up from Nyx, as he is going to be the one to bring Italy a first moment changer and a 148k score advantage towards the Team Italy.
Yeah, that's an amazing score. A slider break even. Another S rank for Nyx here. And yeah, this is just domination on this map by Italy. Definitely improving their score from last time. And yeah, this is just Saudi Arabia not having fun on this map. I would call it that, I guess.
I mean, it's
as we now
great. Yeah,
as we now go on to the third map, Saudi Arabia's turn again. Let's see if they can take a point.
Well, let's see indeed. Again, as you might think, right, Saudi Arabia does have some of those maps that they can go for. The only problem right now is that Italy is just going to be at the very least a contender on pretty much any of them, right? Even pieces Hard Dog 3, right, they were in contention right before the actual KI that I mentioned before, right before the midpoint KI, where the only person that was able to just hold through that section, hold through that combo, was pretty much the reason why Italy got such a big advantage over the Saudi Arabia. So yeah, it is how it is. You just have to accept it, understand it, and get through to next match, because it is only a 2-0 lead. It is still very possible to turn it around, but you have to lock in to be quite frank with you. So yeah, now it is just a question of what to go for Saudi Arabia, and honestly I'm not completely sure what would be the best idea here. I can only say that maybe another hidden might be in place, and it seems like that is going to be the idea. Indeed, hidden one is on the table, and that is a fun one.
Yeah, hidden one played by Saudi Arabia in a match against Kazakhstan, winning by almost 200k with 2.1 million. But yeah, it's just Saudi Arabia, is their mental still up? Because they have now lost by quite a margin for 2 maps after they have gone into this match as the favorite to win. But their performance has not been showing that winner mentality here, that first place in the group mentality that we need to see from Saudi Arabia to keep the lead here, as Italy is just dominating these 2 maps. Let's see if they can continue that though, because the hidden one here is definitely more in favor of Saudi. But still, from the scores I can see, it's still pretty close.
I do have a similar opinion, honestly, right? Because Saudi is just quite proficient, right? In both hidden as in aim as well, right? Awkward patterns are not really something that Team Saudi is going to be fearful of, right? But in this case, in particular, I'm just a little bit more interested how they are going to be, how both the teams are going to be performing on some of those back and forth aim sections, right? With a tiny bit of swing and I guess aim control, right? Or should I say awkward aim? It's kind of a similar concept anyway, but I do think it is just going to be quite dense, you know? So because the density, it might be a bit harder to be completely consistent with, right? But well, it is still something that both the teams are going to be able to perform, at least in theory. But well, theory is for the books, the reality is for now, and right now it's kind of a still going to be coin flip.
It definitely is going to be a coin flip, because with the performance that we've seen from Saudi so far, their scores are not lining up with what they got in previous matches, so we'll have to see how they perform on this now compared to then, as we might need a panic here for 3B2 not loading in. And we now get into the hidden one. And
Yeah,
so far, I think this is Saudi's first lead in this match.
I think that is true actually, yeah, quite a nice one, at least for now. Just the pure accuracy is dealing them a great deal, but the combo is going to be a bit of a trouble, especially as Shehard is going to be finding a first miss of this point, at least for now, especially, well, considering that we are going to be seeing some of the newcomers, at least in this match for Team Italy. Bello Figo is going to be showing up for them, trying to get performance on board, and so far they are doing a great job with 98% accuracy and counting. But of course, it is but a first quarter. It is one of the bigger maps of this pool. There is 2000 combo in this map, if I'm not wrong, so we are going to be sitting here for a while, and both the teams are going to be showing if they are consistent enough through this aim pattern, through the aim control, and Slorif is going to be the first one for the Team Italy to go down.
Please, Sherkal's already found miss earlier in the map, as he is now recovering. And yeah, so far, Saudi Arabia is looking pretty good in this map, as the score lead is going to be growing really slowly because of the length of this map. These nodes are going to be worth less because there are more of them, as Circles finds another break, and with that, Saudi Arabia is going to take quite a decent lead, as Rohoriev also follows. And Italy right now only having those 2 full combos against the 3 I wanted to say, but now it's only 1.
Yeah, a bit of a situation for Italy, especially considering that Team Saudi Arabia is just going kinda nuts, finally getting another combo down, coming red, finally getting that miss together with Shehard earlier, but 3B2 and Ice Never Open are still here to pretty much get the front out, to get that just bulldozer on the field, getting that score advantage towards the side, only trying to face off against Nick so far from Team Italy, but to be fair, there is a lot of supporting combos right now for them, and there is some more misses coming in from Eisner, Open, Shehad, and Nix. Finally, now the 3B2 combo is going to be the crucial one, the only one that is still holding down. The gas pedal is going to be getting that score advantage towards the team Saudi Arabia, and he is going to be the reason why they are still up and running, especially as we are going to see a big combo just does from the team Italy. There is no combos on board there, while 3B2 is just kind of showing a masterclass of how to get through this map.
Yeah, through holding very firm through that first key eye, the first difficult section, and right now just going through the map as we have a little bit of a banter spike there. As yeah, it's just free combo right now, or at least it should be, and everyone is slowly building up their combo again as Shehad does find a miss. Both Eisner for open and Shehad actually.
Oh, we are going to be seeing a big breakdown actually of combo from Team Saudi Arabia finally, but the score difference is still quite a big one, 270k, and it is going to be a big question what if and Circles is going to be enough to bring it down, but with another miss coming in from Circles, it is just looking less and less likely as the only combo from the Team Italy is Warriors, and as well as no matter how great he might be, it is a team tournament and you cannot carry it solo, you cannot get through it by yourself, as especially as the score advantage is only increasing as the just purely the supporting combos from Team Arabia are just a little bit too much for Team Italy to handle, and it seems like it is going to be, after all, possibly a first point on board for Team Saudi Arabia, but it is but a start, just a moment to appreciate, to get through and get that momentum back towards the side. They're going to be able to finally get it to the finish line, but yeah, what an incredible performance.
Saudi Arabia finally finding their grip in this match and taking the first point for themselves here after having lost the Hidden 3 as the first map of this match to Italy. But now it's an even harder task. Is Saudi Arabia going to be able to get another breakpoint off of Italy? Because they need it.
You can say that they need it for sure. I mean, you have to get 5 points to win in this match, right? So it is kind of a requirement to actually get a first point in the group. But still, you cannot say less about the performance that Team Saudi Arabia has shown right now, right? Still incredible performance, an average of 500k, I believe, from the side. Still pretty nice, and I still think that this is one of the best performances, at least in the contenders stage and contenders group, I guess. But yeah, now it is a ball going back towards the Team Italy side, and they have something in the budget for sure. They have to find some of those maps to abuse, and right now it seems like that is going to be DT1 indeed, the one that I mentioned previously.
Italy is definitely way more skilled on the DTs if we go off of qualifiers, because Saudi Arabia did not have a fun time on the qualifier DT maps, scoring basically around 40th on average there, compared to Italy's around, I think, 30th. So on the DT1, definitely an outlier for Italy, where they scored 10th. This should be a pretty one-sided map if we go off of these scores.
That is true, honestly, but yeah, I'm really interested to see if that is going to be the case after all in the group stage, right? Because again, while the maps are quite similar, the difficulty is generally decreased, right? Even the speed kind of type of map, right? We are going to be seeing this DT1. It still only has so much, right, challenge packed into it, so going to be a fun watch indeed, right, one way or another. And I feel like this is type of a map where we can see 1-2 breaks from each of the sides that will be deciding it all. But yeah, I guess in this moment, right, it might be even more so a question of who is getting their nerves more in their place, right? Whose hands are less shaky at the moment, so gotta get ready, gotta get through it, and maybe get another breakpoint to get an actual equalizer for Team Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I've been looking through these matches, and Italy has not played this map yet against Kazakhstan, and didn't play against Belgium, of course, because of the forfeit. So they have not played this map in match yet. Saudi Arabia has played this map in match against Belgium, actually, and they scored 3 million. So they are definitely able to score well. Maybe it was a high roll, I don't know, because Korea did FC the map. So we'll have to see if Korea can replicate it. But we do have a small change in the lineup for Saudi if nothing changes anymore. We see Osushala and 3WC2026 for Aquadimensional and Divi.
I mean, to be fair, it is quite understandable, right? It is just a bit of a better lineup, I guess, for the team. So as we are going to finally jumping into the intro of this map, where I believe there is not going to be a lot of actually plays to get used to the actual temples map, right? This kind of a clock pattern is the only kind of a break that you're going to be having at that map, as you're getting straight into the action. The bursts are coming through, the aim is present, and we are already seeing that at least in the combo department there is not going to be a lot of trouble until the eventual misses that are going to be coming in from Mark VC and Vido from Italy, and finally getting traded only by Osushala from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but Italy is now holding on to a pretty decent lead, and it's mainly from accuracy, because that accuracy from Osushala is only 88% compared to everyone on the side of Italy, over 90 at least. But that combo difference can get brought back though, as 3WC2026 does find a miss there. Now equaling with Italy, as Call Me Red does find a miss as well.
Yeah, right now it seems like it's pretty much a 2v1 with great support combo coming in from Team Italy, as both Mark VC and Vido were able to recover quite well already at pretty much the top combo in the lobby. Only again facing off against Sherard from the Team Saudi Arabia, and also Shalak, who is actually on a quite consistent recovery as well. But as you're getting into the second half, it seems like they need to perform even better. They have to hold, they have to continue their run, as any misses will be quite detrimental. Even with some sounds that 400k score differences might not be enough, as there is going to be a bit too much miss coming in from Team Italy. Mark VC finally going down, but there is still a big wall forming as Nyx and both Forger and Vido were able to hold this combat. The Nyx will be shaking, the foundation, the statue has gone down, but there is still two more people to wait for a mistake from, while Team Saudi Arabia is able to recover quite well. Also Shalak finally going down, but that is not going to be enough. There is only so much combo left in the map. Though Figo, the only remaining FC from Team Italy, is also just disappeared, but Vito on incredible recovery is still holding down the score difference. He is also destroyed, but there is only 270k score between the two teams. Is there going to be enough time, enough just notes in the map to get through towards the Team Saudi Arabia? And it seems like that is not the case. 3WC2026 finding a break, and that might have been the fated one. The Shehard performances, Call Me Red recovery were not enough to sacrifice to get through another point towards Team Saudi Arabia, as Italy is extending their lead to 3-1.
Yeah, Italy having enough score built up to buffer out the incredible combo that Sheard had at the end of this map here. Unable to hold combo in the ending for themselves, they had that buffer. It saved them here because they lost 200,000 at least in score lead because of that score from Sheard.
Yeah, I mean, again, just incredible performance. Great, I believe, 2 S-ranks in the lobby from both Saudi Arabia. I mean, 1 S-rank from Saudi Arabia and 1 S-rank from Italy, but still crazy. A very close actually match, right? Very close map to get through, and just by the skin of the teeth, Italy was able to get another point for them, but Saudi Arabia is relentless. They do not care about the troubles that they have seen right now. They're going to be jumping into the tapping into the kind of a normal 2 type of map of this pool. 3 mod 1 is on the table, and honestly, I'm quite excited to see this one.
Yeah, and definitely interesting to see what the mods are gonna be. Let me check if they've played these maps before, because then we can see what the previous mod combinations were. Saudi Arabia has played it, even with an easy hidden from Shayard, actually. And let's see if Italy has played this. They have not. But yeah, for Saudi, it was Comired and Ricuera. Some names are very hard to pronounce, but they had both had Hard Rock, and Shayard had Easy Hidden in previous time they played this.
Yeah, I'll take just a moment to say that apologies to anyone's name that we have butchered so far. Today it is just, it's a bit hard sometimes, but hey, you can always shoot us a DM or something so we will be able to get it right in the future. But for now, it is time to see one of the hype maps of this pool, right? I love this 3 mod 1. It is very good song, it is very good map, and honestly the only trouble right now is that the big KI section is kind of placed at the end, right? Which is going to be a bit of kind of a coin flip for both the teams, simply because I do believe that both Italy and Saudi Arabia are going to be able to hold through 2/3 of this map decently comfortably, right? But the last KI section, the last third, oh my god, that is going to be a slaughterhouse.
Just to confirm, I think it was easy multiplier throughout the whole tournament is 2x, right?
Yeah.
So if Shayard is gonna go with it again, and they do, another easy hidden here from Shayard, and we see Hard Rock from Comired and Hard Rock from Requiem. And then we have Shokals with hidden, and Belafigo with Hard Rock, and Nix also with hidden. And Guido and Equidimensional both on the no mod.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of interesting to see, right? It is always fun to see the hidden in any point of the tournament, and right now Shahad is just going to be showing a masterclass as he's still holding a great accuracy and combo, which cannot be said for some of his countrymen. Comiret and Requiria are going to be dropping those at Cs, but they are on the hard rocks. It is quite expected. They were at least traded by Vildo, but there is still 2 more plays from the Italy both on hard rocks that both on the hidden that are going to be able to trade it out so much nicely. Incredibly, still 3 FCs for Italy, who are going to be making the difference at least in the first half, as we are finally little by little are building up towards the TI section. The sliders are repeating just to get us into the vibe of the event show TI section.
Yeah, and we get into this first TI section after this break here. As we go into now, Italy still holding on to that little bit of a lead. Any miss here can change it, and Vito finds the first one. Equidimensional does trade it. Both no mods, both breaking, and as Saudi Arabia has a full reset basically, both Rika and Kobe Red also finding misses, as Italy is taking a huge lead right now.
Yeah, those 3 FCs right now is just so incredible, as both hidden player Figo and Shirkaus and Nix on the hiddens are getting some incredible work in getting their again, just showing the reason why they are still incredible in this group, and they are going to be showing up in the 4WC even more so, no matter they're sitting in the qualifiers with an incredible, actually 1,100,000 score lead on the free mod 1. That is crazy work. I cannot say less than that, but well, we are now at a match point as Italy is leading with 4-1 against Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, this is not looking great for Saudi. Having lost 2 of their own picks now, and it is now back to Italy for their pick. So they need to win this to be able to get first place in their group. And yeah, just from throughout the whole match, it's not been great for Saudi here. And we immediately have the pick. It's going to be the Hard Rock 2.
Well, is it the pick from Saudi Arabia?
No, Italy.
Oh yeah, okay, great. I mean, that was why I'm a little bit surprised at the right, because Italy it makes sense, right, for them to try to go towards some of those precision maps, and this one is honestly quite an experience, right? Again, the song is quite nice. It is quite I cannot say comforting, right? But it is quite trancey, right? You have to just kind of lock in and get into the map and just wake up at the other side. But yeah, the overall test of this Hard Rock 2 is not going to be so much about the actual, I guess, jumps, right? Per se, the spacing is not incredibly high, but the overall CS 6.5 together with just a little bit of an awkward and repeated, almost stacked, right, patterns is going to be quite a challenge, right? You have to kind of not get almost mind locked, right, on this type of stuff, and that is so hard to do.
Yeah, definitely. And a map like Hard Rock 2 for a team that is on the verge of losing, probably full with nerves, try and get the maps back. Hard Rock 2 is not easy to play, definitely with nerves, because of that small circle size, as you already mentioned. And we'll have to see how Saudi Arabia is going to be able to do this, because if I look at their previous scores on this map, it's not looking great. They scored 1.8 mil, where Italy have scored 2.5 million. So if they are performing at the same level as they had in the previous matches, Italy will have the better papers here.
Indeed, and again with the lead right now 4-1, and just an overall mentality, I guess, edge over the other team. They are just looking dominant right now, right? They just want to get through this, continue, and finish this matchup in a style as a Hard Rock 2 is going to be, as one would mention, an instrument of execution. And well, as we are going to be hopping into the intro, that is going to be just, I believe, almost immediate notice of how this map will just continue for the rest of this of its duration. I believe almost 3 minutes of the drain time is still going to be a bit of a challenge, but yeah, still a lot of actually early misses coming in from Shehard, Orarif, and Belofigo. 2 players from Italy and 1 from Saudi Arabia, but still it is not going to be making too much of a difference, simply because the accuracies are still kind of nicely shaded towards the Italy, without just holding a double S until the last section. We have seen the start of this section, slider section, but still a great reason why Team Italy, even with the lower combos around the board, are still holding the score difference advantage.
And Italy is now starting to recover those lost combos bit by bit, as Guido did find another break, but Kobe Red has also found a miss earlier on. And right now it is still Italy who is actually, I think, holding on to quite a accuracy lead right now. Because combo is still on the side of Saudi, as scores are flipping.
Yeah, but with another break coming in from Combi, right, it might just flip back, as we are already going to be seeing even more misses coming in from Italy. Vido is just not able to get any kind of a footing where he can actually get any kind of comfortable place for him, but still it is not going to be deciding too much. The score difference is pretty much stagnating into the midpoint, only at around 10k, as you're going to be getting into the crawling spider pattern, just getting through it. The question is if we are going to be seeing any mind locks, but it seems like that is not the case. No misses from any of the players, no accuracy drops as well. The spider is not catching any prey today. No, Mindset Rikiria finally finding a break right at the end, but it is still going to be quite devastating, but enough to get advantage towards the Saudi Arabia, as he is going to be trading out with Belofigo, who had such an incredible accuracy throughout this map so far, and 70k score difference finally going towards the team Saudi Arabia, but there is still a third of the map to get through.
Kumirat and Rikria both losing their combos as we go into the last third of the map, as you mentioned. Belofigo does find a miss as well, but the score is slowly going back to Italy, as Nyx does find a miss now though, And with that, Saudi is actually going ahead. It's going back and forth on both sides this time.
Yeah, it seems like the one that is able to hold just a bit more combo
Uh-oh.
in the end and will be the one to take an advantage. As with a miss from Tibidu, it is going to be a troublesome one because there is only so much combo and so much nodes left in this map, and Vito on incredible combo together with Warrior is going to be enough to
One
get
miss.
the rush towards Italy, but a big breakdown. The bus has been thrown out to the cliff. A lot of people are going down. There is only so much combo left, and all of it is focused on the side of Saudi Arabia. Combined and 3B2 are the ones to possibly make the difference, but there is still 20k score difference that they have to get through. Is there going to be enough time? Is there going to be enough opportunities? It seems like that is not the case.
don't
And this from
know.
3B2, no! And that is game set and done. Italy is getting the 5th point, and the final one is the 4WC group stage for them.
Yeah, and with that, Italy will be the winner in the Group F group, and will play. I think they go up against an easier opponent from the challengers because of that. So definitely a good thing for them. Unfortunately for Saudi, though, losing 5-1 here. Yeah. Not much you can do at it. Italy was just way stronger today.
Yeah, I mean, it is how this is just a showing that qualifiers is not always the end of the road, and Italy is just, I believe, getting from the third seeding point in the groups of the contenders matchup right in the contenders group stage are going to be enough to get them the first seeded place after the group stage of the 4WC 2026, getting a better placement in the bracket into the actual round of 16, and we can only congratulate them with that. Incredible showing throughout all those weeks, incredible stuff, but well, just a small shout out to Saudi Arabia, as they have shown some incredible performances as well, but it is time to close down because there is going to be more matches coming in just right after this one. It is a packed week for sure, match after match, banger after banger, but we have to remember, please remember about our sponsors, Slider Pulse and others that are so incredibly good, so nice, that you can see at the bottom of the screen right now. They are just so helpful with the tournament, so helpful with just overall bringing a lot of quality towards the tournament. So please support them, support us, and well, hopefully enjoy the next matches that are going to be showing up just in a few moments. Timper, maybe you have something to say?
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and Italy, good luck in your future matches. So the same for Saudi, and you guys all watching, have fun with the future matches, and we will say goodbye for now.
Bye bye!